Every rep you push, every drop of sweat that hits the floor, every time you step into that gym, it's not just about building muscle, it's about building a mindset, the victorious mindset, the kind of mindset that refuses to break, no matter how heavy life gets. This isn't about showing off your strength. It's about proving to yourself that discipline, faith, and consistency can turn you into someone unstoppable. When the world goes silent and the weight feels impossible, that's when your victory begins deep inside your mind, long before you see it in the mirror. There's a reason most people quit when it gets hard. They stop when the pain starts whispering, "You've done enough." But the victorious mindset doesn't listen to that voice. It answers back, "I'm just getting started." When your body says stop, your mind says one more. When others look for comfort, you look for challenge. The difference between the weak and the victorious isn't strength, it's mindset. You're not here to compete with others. You're here to dominate yourself. Because victory always begins with self-mastery. The battle for victory begins long before the first rep, before the sweat hits the floor, before your muscles even feel the burn. It starts in your mind, in that quiet moment when you decide who you are going to be today. Every champion knows that the gym is just the arena, but the real war happens in your thoughts. When you wake up and your body says no, your mind has to say yes. The victorious mindset doesn't wait for the perfect mood, the perfect day, or the perfect situation. It moves because it's built on purpose, not comfort. When you walk into the gym, your body follows your thoughts. If your mind says you can't lift it, you won't. But if your mind believes it's possible, your body will find a way to make it happen. Every set, every repetition is a reflection of what you think of yourself. The weights are not just physical challenges, they are mental tests. They ask you one question every day: how bad do you want it? And only a victorious mind can answer with action instead of words. A strong body without a strong mindset is temporary. You can have the perfect workout plan, the best diet, and all the supplements, but if your mind is weak, it will collapse under pressure. The victorious mindset doesn't break when it feels pain, it strengthens. It doesn't run from resistance, it runs toward it. Because it knows that pain isn't the end, it's the process. The difference between those who quit and those who win isn't talent, it's mindset. Every great transformation starts with a decision, the decision to believe in yourself when no one else does. The victorious mindset understands that approval from others is meaningless without confidence from within. You have to be your own motivator, your own believer, your own supporter. Every time you show up, even when no one notices, you're building the inner strength that separates winners from quitters. That's how victories are born in silence, not applause. The victorious mind trains itself to see possibilities where others see problems. It looks at failure and says, "There's something to learn here." It looks at struggle and says, "This is where I grow." It refuses to complain because it understands that energy wasted on excuses could be spent on progress. Every challenge becomes a stepping stone because the victorious mind doesn't look down at the obstacle, it looks up at the goal. Your thoughts have power more than you can imagine. The victorious mindset protects those thoughts like a warrior guards his weapon. It doesn't allow negativity to enter, because once doubt lives in the mind, defeat begins in the body. You must train your thoughts like you train your muscles, with consistency and repetition. Feed your mind with belief, and it will return strength. Feed it with excuses, and it will give up before the fight even begins. Victory isn't about one big win. It's about small wins collected over time. The victorious mind celebrates every step forward, no matter how small. It knows that consistency builds confidence, and confidence builds momentum. When you start thinking like a winner, your actions follow. Every rep becomes a statement of who you are, not someone chasing results, but someone committed to mastery. That mindset turns ordinary effort into extraordinary outcomes. There will be days when motivation disappears, when the fire seems to fade, when doubt whispers louder than belief. But the victorious mindset doesn't rely on motivation, it relies on commitment. It knows that feelings come and go, but faith in the process keeps you moving. Even when you're tired, even when you're frustrated, you move. Because victory doesn't come to the strongest or the fastest, it comes to the most consistent. The victorious mindset turns pain into fuel. Every setback becomes a chance to prove your strength. When others stop, you keep going. When others complain, you adapt. When others quit, you rise. That's what separates the victorious from the average. They don't avoid challenges, they chase them. Because deep down, they know that every difficulty is preparing them for something greater. Victory is not something you wait for, it's something you decide to live in. It's not given, it's earned. Every day, every workout, every rep is a new opportunity to prove to yourself that you have what it takes. The victorious mindset doesn't just train the body, it trains the soul. It builds the kind of strength that can't be seen in the mirror but can be felt in every part of your life. And that's the kind of victory that never fades. Discipline is the bridge between desire and reality. Everyone wants to be strong, to look good, to feel unstoppable, but wanting isn't enough. Discipline is what turns wishes into results. It's the act of doing what needs to be done even when every part of you wants to rest. The gym doesn't care how you feel. The weights don't move for emotions. Discipline is showing up anyway, pushing anyway, staying focused when comfort whispers your name. It's the quiet force that builds legends one rep at a time. When you operate with discipline, you stop negotiating with weakness. You don't ask yourself whether you feel like training, you train because you decided to. Every successful athlete, every powerful individual who has transformed their life has one thing in common. They don't let feelings lead, they let purpose lead. Discipline gives you control over your actions when motivation fades, and it's that control that shapes greatness. There will be mornings when you wake up tired, nights when your body aches, and moments when your mind screams to stop. Discipline doesn't ignore the pain, it respects it, but it doesn't surrender to it. It's about knowing that short-term discomfort builds long-term strength. Every drop of sweat is a reminder that progress is earned, not given. When you stay disciplined through the struggle, you earn not just results, but respect, self-respect. The disciplined mind doesn't chase instant gratification. It plays the long game. It understands that transformation takes time, that real growth happens in silence, repetition, and patience. Discipline keeps you moving when results are invisible, when no one is watching, when the mirror hasn't yet changed. That's when the real test happens, when progress hides behind persistence. Those who keep going in those moments are the ones who eventually rise above the rest. Discipline teaches you accountability. It removes the excuses that comfort brings. Instead of blaming circumstances, you take full ownership of your effort. The disciplined person doesn't say, "I didn't have time." They make time. They don't say, "I'll start tomorrow." They start now. Because discipline doesn't wait for opportunity, it creates it. It's the habit of doing the hard thing first, the right thing always, and the consistent thing daily. Every rep done with discipline adds to your foundation of strength. It builds habits so strong that even on your weakest days, your body moves with purpose. When others stop because it's hard, discipline pushes you to do one more set, one more mile, one more day. Over time, that extra effort compounds. Discipline turns ordinary effort into extraordinary transformation because it doesn't allow you to settle for less than your potential. Discipline also sharpens your focus. When you live by it, distractions lose their power. You no longer waste energy on what doesn't serve your goals. You start valuing your time, your rest, your nutrition, your recovery. Everything becomes part of your mission. Discipline simplifies life. It aligns your actions with your purpose and makes every choice intentional. That focus is what separates those who try from those who achieve. There's a certain peace that comes with discipline. It's the calm of knowing you're doing what's right for your future, even if it's hard in the moment. While others are chasing motivation, you're building consistency. While they're waiting for the right time, you're creating it. Discipline removes doubt because it replaces uncertainty with progress. Every day you follow through, you strengthen your belief in yourself. The disciplined life isn't easy, but it's worth it. It demands sacrifice, saying no to comfort, to laziness, to excuses. But with every sacrifice, you gain something greater: confidence, endurance, and power. The kind of power that carries into every part of your life. Discipline built in the gym becomes discipline in your work, in your goals, in your habits. It becomes your identity. When you look back months or years later, you'll realize discipline was the real reward. It shaped your mindset, built your strength, and taught you that victory isn't about feeling good. It's about doing good consistently. The results are just the reflection of your discipline, because in the end, muscles fade, trophies collect dust, but the disciplined mindset that stays with you forever. A victorious mindset begins with one belief: that every setback is a setup for a comeback. Failure doesn't define you, how you respond to it does. In the gym, just like in life, you'll face moments where the weight feels too heavy, where progress feels too slow, and where giving up seems easier. But those who develop the mindset of victory see failure as feedback, not finality. They learn, adapt, and come back stronger because they understand that growth doesn't happen in comfort, it happens in challenge. Every champion you admire once stood in front of obstacles that seemed impossible. What made them different wasn't luck or talent, it was mindset. They refused to let negative thoughts dictate their actions. Instead, they replaced doubt with determination and fear with faith. When your mind is set on victory, your body follows. You stop saying "I can't" and start asking "How can I?" That shift alone can turn any weakness into strength over time. The victorious mindset is built through discipline, repetition, and resilience. It's not something you're born with, it's something you train daily, just like your muscles. Every day you choose to push when you don't want to. You're strengthening not just your body, but your mind. That's the real battle between the voice that says rest and the one that says keep going. Victory belongs to the one you feed most. When life or training hits hard, a victorious mindset doesn't crumble, it adapts. It looks for solutions instead of excuses. It's about realizing that pain is temporary but quitting lasts forever. That single belief can change everything. When you know that every struggle has a purpose, you stop avoiding the hard things and start embracing them, because you understand they're shaping something greater inside you. In the gym, this mindset turns repetition into progress. Each rep isn't just a movement, it's a statement that you refuse to be defeated. Even when you fail to lift that last rep, you've won because you tried when others gave up. That's how victory is built, not by perfection, but by persistence. When your mind learns to celebrate effort as much as results, you start progressing faster than ever before. The victorious mindset is also about gratitude. You learn to appreciate every step, every drop of sweat, every ounce of improvement. Instead of focusing on what you don't have yet, you focus on how far you've come. Gratitude shifts your energy from frustration to motivation. It keeps your heart strong and your spirit alive, because when you're thankful for the journey, the outcome naturally follows. There will be days when the world feels against you, when progress stalls, and when motivation fades. But that's when the victorious mindset shines the brightest. It reminds you that storms don't last forever. It teaches you to stay grounded, to keep your faith, and to trust your process. Victory isn't about never falling. It's about rising every single time you do. Every victorious person carries scars, not as signs of defeat, but as marks of resilience. Those scars tell stories of battles fought, pain endured, and strength earned. When you walk into the gym with that mindset, every rep becomes symbolic, not just building muscle, but fortifying your spirit. You start realizing that true strength isn't in lifting the heaviest weight, but in lifting yourself when life gets heavy. The victorious mindset sees competition differently too. You stop competing with others and start competing with your past self. Every day becomes about becoming better than yesterday, stronger, wiser, and more consistent. This internal competition creates unstoppable momentum. You're no longer chasing external validation. You're chasing internal mastery. And that's what separates the truly victorious from the merely motivated. In the end, a victorious mindset transforms every area of your life. It teaches patience, endurance, and self-belief. You stop letting failure break you and start letting it build you. Every challenge becomes fuel, every loss becomes a lesson, and every small win becomes proof that you're getting closer to the person you were meant to be. When your mind learns to see victory in every step, no obstacle can ever truly defeat you. Confidence doesn't come from looking in the mirror and telling yourself you're strong. It comes from proving it to yourself day after day. It's not built in comfort, but in the moments when your body screams enough and your mind whispers one more. Every time you show up to train when you don't feel like it, every time you choose discipline over distraction, your confidence grows quietly in the background. You can't fake the feeling that comes from knowing you did the work. That's real confidence, and it's unshakable. When you adopt a victorious mindset, confidence becomes your natural state, not something you chase. You stop doubting yourself because you've already seen what persistence can do. You begin to trust the process, the plan, and the person in the mirror. Confidence isn't arrogance, it's peace. It's knowing that you can face whatever comes because you've faced challenges before and refused to back down. Every sweat, drenched shirt, and sore muscle becomes a reminder that you've already won battles most people never start. The gym teaches you a truth that carries into life. Confidence is earned through repetition. Every lift, every set, every drop of effort reinforces belief. You can't talk yourself into strength. You have to build it. You earn confidence by keeping promises to yourself. When you say you'll show up and you do. When you say you'll push harder and you actually do. That's where confidence is forged. It's not in motivation videos or external praise. It's in the consistent, quiet victories that no one sees. Confidence built on a victorious mindset doesn't crumble when things go wrong. It's not dependent on how good the day feels or how perfect the progress looks. It stands firm because it's rooted in action, not emotion. You've trained your mind to believe in effort, not excuses. That's why when life throws challenges your way, you don't panic, you adapt. You trust that you have what it takes to rise again, because you've done it before. There's power in knowing that the hardest version of yourself still chose to keep going. That's the foundation of true confidence. It's not about thinking you're better than others. It's about knowing you're better than you used to be. The victorious mindset strips away comparison and teaches you to stay focused on your own lane. Every rep you complete is a message to your mind, I can handle more. Over time, that message becomes belief, and belief becomes unbreakable self-trust. Confidence also grows in silence, in those early mornings and late nights when no one's watching. You don't need applause to feel capable. You only need consistency. When you begin to rely on your effort rather than external validation, confidence becomes effortless. You walk differently, not because of pride, but because of proof. You've endured the grind, conquered your fears, and learned that comfort never creates greatness. That quiet assurance radiates far beyond the gym. When your confidence is grounded in discipline, not ego, it becomes unstoppable. Ego shouts, but confidence is calm. Ego demands attention, but confidence commands respect. The victorious mindset removes the need to prove anything to others. Your only focus is progress. You no longer seek shortcuts or easy wins, because you know the real power comes from earned success. Each drop of sweat becomes evidence that you deserve the results you're chasing. In training, you'll notice that the more consistent you are, the more natural confidence feels. You begin to trust your own strength because you've tested it countless times. Failure doesn't shake you anymore because you no longer see it as a threat. It's part of the formula. The victorious mindset reframes failure as fuel and confidence as the byproduct of never quitting. That's what separates those who talk about success from those who live it. Confidence rooted in hard work brings peace. You stop overthinking, stop doubting, and start doing. You no longer wait for the perfect moment, because you've realized that action creates confidence, not the other way around. This mindset empowers you to move forward in every part of life, business, relationships, and personal growth. The same discipline that builds muscle builds mental strength and emotional resilience. Eventually, you realize that real confidence isn't loud, it's quiet strength. It's the calm before the lift, the silence before the storm, the moment when you know deep down that you've prepared for this. The victorious mindset doesn't make you fearless. It teaches you to act in spite of fear. It teaches you that winning isn't about never doubting yourself. It's about pushing forward even when you do. And when you master that, you become unstoppable in the gym and in life. Focus is the weapon that separates the average from the elite. In the gym, distractions are everywhere. Noise, people, your phone, your thoughts. But when you lock in, when your mind and body align on a single goal, everything else fades away. Focus gives you precision. It turns every rep into purpose and every set into progress. Without focus, effort scatters. With it, every ounce of strength counts. That's the difference between moving weight and mastering it. A victorious mindset understands that focus is not automatic. It's trained like a muscle. Every time you resist the urge to check your phone, every time you tune out the world and tune into your form, you're sharpening your mental blade. Focus grows stronger the more you protect it. In those moments when your body screams for rest but your mind stays locked on the mission, that's when your potential starts to expand. You begin to understand that discipline is not just physical, it's mental dominance. Focus also protects your time. Too many people waste years chasing quick results because they can't stay centered on one path. But when you focus, you stop drifting. You stop jumping from one routine to another, from one idea to another. You start building momentum that multiplies with consistency. The victorious mindset knows that scattered energy achieves nothing, but directed energy changes everything. The gym becomes your battlefield of focus, where you practice staying still in chaos. When focus becomes a habit, distractions lose power over you. The people who quit aren't always weak, they're just unfocused. They allow temporary emotions to break long-term goals. But when you have clarity, you know why you're here, what you're chasing, and who you're becoming. That understanding builds endurance. You stop reacting to everything around you and start responding with purpose. That's when your training evolves from random movement to intentional growth. There's a deep calm that comes from being focused. The noise fades, the doubts quiet down, and all that remains is the next rep. You're no longer thinking about how far you have left to go. You're only thinking about what needs to be done now. That moment when time slows down and your entire world becomes the barbell in front of you, that's the power of focus. It's not just physical training, it's spiritual clarity. It's the art of being fully present in pursuit of excellence. In every workout, focus keeps you honest. It reminds you why you started. It keeps you from cutting corners or quitting early. It's what makes the difference between someone who trains hard and someone who transforms. You can have strength, motivation, and even passion, but without focus, you'll scatter your energy. The victorious mindset thrives on laser, like attention, not just for an hour in the gym, but throughout life. The same focus that builds muscle builds character. Focus demands humility. It forces you to quiet your ego and stay committed to the process, even when progress feels slow. The unfocused lifter tries to impress. The focused lifter tries to improve. You stop caring who's watching because you're too busy perfecting your craft. Every repetition becomes a reflection of your discipline. Every session becomes a statement. You're not here to play. You're here to build something that lasts. There will be days when your focus wavers, when your mind feels scattered and your energy low. But even then, the victorious mindset calls you back to center. You remind yourself that consistency beats intensity when focus is steady. You breathe, reset, and move again. It's not about being perfect, it's about realignment. Every time you return to focus, you strengthen it. Every time you fight distraction, you win another small battle against weakness. Focus also builds respect, not from others, but from yourself. You start trusting your ability to commit. You realize that real success isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters with full attention. When you train with focus, your results reflect it. Your movements become cleaner, your strength deeper, your endurance higher. You stop chasing everything and start mastering one thing at a time. That's how victories are earned. In the end, focus becomes freedom. You no longer feel pulled in 1,000 directions. You don't waste energy on comparison or noise. You live with clarity, move with purpose, and train with conviction. The victorious mindset is built on this, the ability to silence the world and listen only to your inner command. Stay focused, stay patient, and finish what you started. Because in every rep of focus lies the seed of victory. Patience is the silent strength that separates those who wish from those who win. In the gym, everyone wants quick results, fast transformation, instant strength, visible change. But real growth doesn't rush. It takes time, repetition, and countless unseen hours of effort. Patience is the ability to keep showing up when progress feels invisible. It's the belief that every rep, every drop of sweat, and every disciplined day adds up, even when the mirror hasn't caught up yet. The victorious mindset understands that patience isn't weakness, it's wisdom. The impatient chase shortcuts and burn out, while the patient build foundations that last. Every champion once stood where you stand, frustrated, tired, and unsure if it's working. But they waited, trained, and trusted the process. They didn't stop when results came slow. They adjusted, learned, and kept moving. Patience doesn't mean standing still. It means moving forward without quitting. In fitness, patience is your greatest ally. Muscles don't grow overnight. Strength doesn't build in a week. Endurance doesn't appear after a few sessions. These things are earned through time and consistency. The patient lifter understands that transformation is not a moment, it's a journey. Every day you train, your body and mind are changing in ways you can't yet see. You don't need instant results when you're focused on lifelong mastery. Patience teaches humility. It forces you to respect the process instead of rushing it. You stop comparing your journey to others because you understand that every body, every mind, and every path is different. The victorious mindset doesn't measure progress by speed, but by commitment. Some days, patience will test you. It will whisper doubts into your mind, telling you to give up because nothing seems to be happening. But that's when you remember that greatness always takes longer than expected. When you embrace patience, frustration becomes fuel. Instead of getting angry at slow progress, you channel that energy into consistency. You learn that patience doesn't mean waiting for something to happen. It means working steadily until it does. It builds mental toughness because it trains you to endure. Every patient rep you perform adds another layer of resilience. You begin to see that time is not your enemy, it's your greatest teacher. The gym is a reflection of life, and patience is what holds it all together. The same patience that builds muscle builds character. It teaches you to handle setbacks with grace and to view failure as feedback, not defeat. You stop expecting perfection and start valuing persistence. You learn to fall in love with small, gradual progress, because that's where real success is hidden. The victorious mindset knows that time rewards those who don't give up. Patience also brings peace. It removes the pressure of wanting everything now. You stop forcing results and start trusting your routine. You no longer chase temporary motivation because your foundation is built on steady effort. Every workout becomes a step forward, even if it's small. The patience you practice in the gym begins to show in your life, in your work, your goals, your attitude. You move with calm confidence, knowing that progress is inevitable when you don't quit. Through patience, you learn that the journey is more valuable than the destination. Every slow day, every plateau, every delay is shaping you into someone stronger and more disciplined. Impatience breaks people because it blinds them to the progress already made. But the patient mind celebrates every small victory, every tiny step forward. You start to realize that slow progress is still progress, and it's better than no progress at all. Patience also builds faith in your effort, your path, and your purpose. You begin to trust that every disciplined action you take will pay off in time. You stop asking how long will it take and start saying as long as it takes. That shift changes everything. You stop operating out of frustration and start training with gratitude. The gym becomes your temple of discipline, where patience transforms pain into progress. When you master patience, you master victory. You no longer break under the weight of time or challenge. You've trained your mind to understand that greatness grows slowly but surely. Each day becomes another opportunity to build, not rush. The victorious mindset doesn't demand instant rewards. It commits to endless effort, because patience isn't about waiting for success. It's about becoming the kind of person who can handle it when it arrives. Self-control is the invisible power that builds champions. It's the ability to say no when everything inside you screams yes. It's the choice to rest only when you've earned it, to eat clean when cravings hit hard, to train when your body begs for comfort. Self-control isn't glamorous, it's quiet, disciplined, and often lonely. But it's what separates those who want results from those who achieve them. Without self-control, even the strongest mindset can collapse under temptation. In the gym, self-control shows up long before you pick up a weight. It starts the moment you decide to wake up early, to stay disciplined with your meals, to stick to your plan when distractions try to pull you away. It's what keeps you consistent on the days when motivation is nowhere to be found. The victorious mindset knows that real strength begins with mastery over the self. Because if you can't control your habits will control you. Self-control transforms you from reactive to intentional. Instead of training when you feel like it, you train because it's part of who you are. It turns fitness from an activity into a lifestyle. You start to realize that the real fight isn't against the weights, it's against your own impulses. The urge to quit early, to take it easy, to skip a day, that's the enemy. Every time you resist it, you strengthen your willpower, and that power extends far beyond the gym. There's a deep kind of peace that comes from self-control. It's the calm that follows when you've kept your word to yourself. It's the quiet satisfaction of walking away from temptation with your standards intact. People think freedom means doing whatever you want, but real freedom comes from discipline. When you control your actions, you own your destiny. The victorious mindset understands that self-control isn't restriction, it's empowerment. Every athlete, every champion, every success story was built on moments of self-denial. They chose the harder path, the one that leads to mastery, not comfort. When you practice self-control, you're not depriving yourself. You're investing in your future strength. Each time you resist weakness, you prove to yourself that you're capable of more. That repetition of resistance builds both physical endurance and mental clarity. You become sharper, stronger, and more centered. Self-control also builds respect, not the kind that others give you, but the kind you give yourself. When you follow through on your promises, you begin to trust yourself deeply. That trust is what fuels lasting confidence. You no longer rely on motivation because discipline has taken its place. The victorious mindset knows that success doesn't come from doing what's easy. It comes from doing what's necessary, even when it's hard. There will be days when self-control feels like a battle you're losing. You'll slip, make mistakes, and feel weak. But that's part of the journey. The goal isn't perfection, it's persistence. The true test of strength isn't never falling, it's how fast you stand back up. Every time you choose discipline again, you rebuild momentum. Over time, the temptations that once controlled you begin to lose their hold. You start to crave progress more than comfort. Self-control is also a form of respect for your goals. When you stop letting small impulses ruin your bigger vision, you start living with purpose. You begin to understand that every choice counts. Every bite, every rep, every decision builds or breaks you. The victorious mindset doesn't see small slips as failures. It sees them as opportunities to grow stronger in discipline. You train your mind the same way you train your body, through consistent repetition. When you master self-control, your energy becomes focused and unstoppable. You stop wasting time on distractions and start investing it in what truly matters. You begin to feel in charge of your life, not at the mercy of your moods or cravings. That kind of control creates an inner peace that few ever experience. You no longer depend on outside forces to push you because you've built strength from within. Ultimately, self-control is the art of ruling yourself. The victorious mindset understands that the greatest victory isn't over others, it's over your own weakness. Every time you resist the easy path, you're sharpening your edge. You're building a version of yourself that cannot be broken by temptation or fatigue. And when you can control yourself, nothing outside of you can control your outcome. That's when you truly become unstoppable in the gym and in life. Every failure carries a lesson hidden within it, but most people never stop long enough to see it. They quit before the lesson reveals itself. A victorious mindset looks at failure differently, not as a dead end, but as a detour to improvement. In the gym, you'll miss lifts, fall short of goals, and have days where nothing feels right. But those are not signs to stop. They're messages to adjust. Every mistake, every setback, every moment of weakness teaches you what needs work. Failure is only final when you stop learning from it. When you fail, your ego takes a hit, but your spirit gets an opportunity to grow. The victorious mindset welcomes failure as a necessary teacher. Every champion you admire has failed more times than most people have even tried. The only reason they're successful is because they turned failure into information, not intimidation. They studied their weaknesses, refined their form, improved their consistency, and came back stronger. Failure doesn't define you, how you respond to it does. In training, failure isn't something to fear, it's something to expect. When you push yourself to the limit, failure is proof that you're exploring your boundaries. It's the feedback that tells you where growth begins. Every time your muscles give out, every time your endurance breaks, your body is learning how to rebuild stronger. Growth hides behind exhaustion, and victory hides behind failure. The ones who keep going after failing are the ones who transform the most. The victorious mindset understands that failure tests your patience and humility. It forces you to confront your weaknesses without making excuses. You can't blame anyone else in the gym, it's just you, the weights, and your effort. That raw accountability is what sharpens discipline. When you own your failure, you reclaim your power to change it. Blaming others keeps you stuck, but responsibility moves you forward. Failure humbles you so that success can rebuild you properly. Failure also refines your focus. It strips away distractions and reminds you of what truly matters. When you experience a setback, your mind becomes clearer about what needs fixing. You start training smarter, not just harder. Every failure contains direction if you pay attention. It tells you whether your nutrition is off, your form needs work, or your consistency slipped. The victorious mindset doesn't waste time complaining. It uses failure as a compass to aim better next time. There's a strange kind of strength that comes from surviving failure. Once you've failed and kept going, fear begins to lose its grip on you. You stop being afraid of mistakes because you realize they don't break you, they build you. The gym becomes a place of experimentation where every missed lift is just data, not defeat. You start embracing failure as a sign that you're still pushing boundaries, that resilience becomes a permanent part of who you are. Failure also trains gratitude. It reminds you not to take progress for granted. When you fall short, you learn to appreciate the small wins, the extra rep, the cleaner form, the steadier breath. The victorious mindset values growth more than perfection. It sees that success without failure breeds arrogance, but success through failure builds humility. The struggle gives meaning to the strength. You don't grow in comfort, you grow in correction. Each time you fail, your character is being tested. Will you let the setback define you, or will you define the setback? Failure reveals your true relationship with discipline. It shows whether you're chasing results or committed to the process. The victorious mindset never views failure as a loss of identity. It's just part of the training. You don't fail because you're weak. You fail because you're still learning what your limits look like. When you face failure with courage, you discover that it loses power over you. The same event that breaks others becomes your fuel. You start moving differently, calmer, wiser, and more focused. You stop fearing the next obstacle because you've already proven that you can rise after falling. Every time you recover from failure, you add another layer of unshakable strength to your mindset. In time, you'll realize that failure isn't the opposite of victory, it's the foundation of it. The victorious mindset sees every loss as a stepping stone toward mastery. The only true failure is giving up before the lesson is learned. Each setback is an invitation to refine your discipline, sharpen your skills, and deepen your purpose. In the gym and in life, failure is the teacher that prepares you for success greater than you ever imagined. A victorious mindset requires control over your thoughts because your body will always follow the directions your mind gives. Every workout, every rep, every drop of sweat begins in the mind before it ever reaches the muscle. When you tell yourself you can't, your body shuts down. But when you speak strength into your effort, you activate power that goes beyond fatigue. The victorious mindset doesn't allow negative thoughts to take command. It dominates them, replaces them, and turns them into fuel. In the gym, the mind must be the master, not the servant. Mental control is what separates the average from the unstoppable. Everyone faces pain, but not everyone interprets it the same way. The victorious mindset sees pain as a signal to keep growing, not a reason to quit. The moment your muscles start burning and your mind says, "That's enough," that's the exact point where progress begins. You have to push past the mental barrier that says you can't. Every time you override that voice of weakness, you build a stronger version of yourself that won't back down easily in life. Discipline of thought also means not allowing distractions to rob your focus. When you step into the gym, your mind should already be in battle mode. You're not there to socialize or scroll through your phone. You're there to improve, to conquer, to elevate. Every second counts. The victorious mindset protects focus like a treasure. It knows that a scattered mind produces scattered results. When you train with purpose, every movement becomes meaningful and every rep becomes a declaration of intent. Controlling your mind also means managing emotions that don't serve you. Anger, frustration, and self-doubt can poison your progress if you let them. The victorious mindset transforms those emotions into power. Instead of breaking under pressure, it bends pressure to its will. When you feel low, you show up anyway. When you're tired, you push anyway. The moment you stop letting emotions dictate your effort, you take control of your destiny. The mind is like a muscle. It grows stronger when trained. Just as you lift weights to build strength, you challenge your thoughts to build mental power. Affirmations, focus, and consistent effort reshape how you think. Over time, your default thoughts shift from "I can't" to "I will." That change is where transformation truly begins. The victorious mindset doesn't wait for motivation. It creates it through disciplined thinking. Every great athlete, every champion, every legend knows this truth. Battles are won in the mind long before they're fought in the arena. In the gym, your enemy isn't the weights, it's the voice that tells you to stop. The victorious mindset learns to silence that voice. It keeps moving even when everything hurts because it understands that pain is temporary, but pride in self, mastery lasts forever. When your mind is steady, your body becomes unstoppable. Mental toughness also means believing in the unseen progress. Some days you won't see changes in the mirror, but that doesn't mean you're not growing. The victorious mindset knows that consistency compounds quietly. You plant effort every day, and one morning you wake up transformed. Most people give up because they let doubt win the argument in their head. You win by staying loyal to your vision even when the results haven't shown up yet. Focus doesn't just happen, it's built by repetition. Every time you show up and stay committed, you train your mind to obey your command. You become mentally unshakable because your habits reinforce your belief. That's how warriors are made, not through talk, but through repeated proof of self-control. The victorious mindset isn't just about lifting weights. It's about lifting the limits from your thinking. A controlled mind turns obstacles into opportunities. When plans go wrong, when schedules fall apart, when fatigue creeps in instead of complaining, the victorious mindset adapts. It looks for what can still be done. This level of mental flexibility keeps you from falling apart when life tests you. It's not about perfection, it's about persistence powered by clarity. You remain centered while everything else shakes. The true essence of a victorious mindset is mastery of self. When you conquer your mind, everything else becomes easier to conquer. Your body obeys, your discipline strengthens, your results multiply. You begin to walk, speak, and act with certainty because your thoughts are no longer chaotic, they're trained. The gym becomes your proving ground, but the real battle is within. And once your mind wins there, victory in every other area of life becomes inevitable. A victorious mindset thrives on gratitude and humility because strength without gratitude becomes arrogance, and victory without humility becomes blindness. In the gym, every rep, every bead of sweat, every breath is a gift. You don't have to train, you get to train. You don't have to lift heavy. You're blessed with the ability to move, breathe, and grow stronger. When you see your fitness journey as a blessing rather than a burden, every challenge becomes an opportunity to show appreciation through effort. Gratitude gives your grind purpose. When you stay grateful, even the hard days carry meaning. You stop complaining about sore muscles and start celebrating them as proof that you're improving. A person with a victorious mindset knows that every bit of pain is a sign that they're alive, pushing forward and refusing to settle. Gratitude turns pain into pride and effort into fulfillment. It keeps you grounded even as you rise higher because you remember where you started and how far you've come. Humility keeps your victories from becoming your downfall. The gym teaches you that no matter how strong you get, there's always another level to reach. There's always more weight to lift, more endurance to build, and more discipline to refine. A humble person never stops learning, never stops improving. They know that ego is the enemy of progress. When you think you've arrived, you stop growing. Humility reminds you that success is not owned, it's rented, and the rent is due every day. Gratitude also changes how you see others. Instead of competing out of envy, you start respecting those who are ahead of you and encouraging those who are behind you. The victorious mindset isn't about tearing others down, it's about building yourself up while inspiring others to rise too. You understand that everyone's journey is different and that true greatness doesn't come from comparison, it comes from consistency. A grateful mindset fuels patience. You stop rushing the process because you trust it. You know that results don't come overnight, and that waiting with a grateful heart builds the strength you'll need to handle success later. Impatience is a form of ingratitude. It says, what I have isn't enough. But the victorious mindset says, I'm thankful for what I have and I'll keep working for more. Gratitude turns the grind into joy, and that joy sustains your fire. Humility also protects you from burnout. When you train with humility, you don't let your identity depend on how much you lift or how you look. You train for progress, not for pride. You understand that your value doesn't come from validation. It comes from your effort and discipline. This inner balance allows you to enjoy fitness without being consumed by it. The victorious mindset uses the gym to build the body, not to feed the ego. Gratitude brings peace in progress. Even when your pace is slow, you find contentment in the journey itself. You're not chasing perfection, you're becoming better each day, and that's enough. Gratitude turns frustration into focus. It silences the voice that says, I'm not there yet, and replaces it with, I'm on my way. The victorious mindset doesn't let temporary setbacks destroy long-term goals, because it finds strength in appreciation. The more grateful you become, the more disciplined you get. When you truly appreciate your health, you don't take it for granted. You eat better, sleep better, and train harder. You see your body as a trust that must be cared for and improved. Gratitude makes you responsible, while humility keeps you consistent. Together, they form the foundation of a mindset that can't be shaken by failure or inflated by success. Humility teaches you to listen to your body, your mind, and your limits. It tells you when to rest, when to push, and when to seek help. The victorious mindset understands that strength isn't just about how much you can take. It's also about knowing when to recover. Humility doesn't weaken you, it refines your power. It keeps your spirit teachable and your heart open to growth. In the end, the combination of gratitude and humility builds unbreakable strength. You become grounded yet driven, confident yet modest. You rise, but you never forget the floor you started from. The victorious mindset isn't loud, it doesn't need to boast. Its results speak through discipline, respect, and quiet persistence. Gratitude gives you peace, humility gives you wisdom, and together they give you a victory that lasts far beyond the gym.